Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, the world's leading authority on childcare marketing, mindset, expansion, and profitability. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Childcare Genius Marketing. Let Childcare Genius Marketing help you get fully enrolled and fully staffed. Visit childcaregenius.com for more details. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast our hosts, Brian and Carol Dupre.
Childcare Genius Podcast.
We're your hosts, Brian and Carol Dupre.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Childcare Genius Podcast. And we are excited to have a guest today from the Chicago area. Her name is Patrice McDonald, and she's this little fireball. We got to meet her at our Las Vegas conference a couple months ago and got to meet her and her mother. And she's just a fantastic lady. She owns 3 childcare centers. She has a great story. So we're going to hear a little bit about her today and her journey. And before we do, I just want to remind her that the Childcare Genius live conference in Las Vegas that I just mentioned that she will be talking about, we're accepting wait lists now for tickets. And if you get on our wait list, we're going to have special ticket offers for $200 off per ticket. So you're going to want to get on our wait list. The conference is April 14th, 15th, and 16th at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas, Nevada. And go to childcaregenius.com and go to the conference tab, and under Childcare Genius Live, select that, and then select I'd like to get on the waiting list, and you'll get on there. So again, we're going to hear from Patrice McDonald, and you're going to enjoy this interview very, very much.
Let's get Patrice on the line.
Hi, Patrice. Welcome to the Childcare Genius Podcast. How are you doing today?
Hey, Brian. Hi, Carol. I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, real good. Things are good up in Maine. Summer is fantastic, beautiful. How about where you're at? Where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from Chicago, actually the suburbs of Chicago, Chicago Heights, Illinois.
Chicago Heights. Carol and I will be there in September. We got a client that we're going to be working with. So
Oh,
I'll have to
wow.
sneak over and see you over there in Chicago land.
Yes.
Exciting. So we've known you for a little while now, and I said, you know what, I'd love to get her on. Patrice, when we met you in Las Vegas a few months ago, I was like, she's got such a dynamic personality and a great story. I said, we got to get her on the podcast. So I'm glad you took time out of your busy schedule to come meet with us today. So thank you for doing that.
Man, thank you guys. It is an honor and a pleasure for you guys to invite me on this platform. And I am so grateful and humble and honored that you guys asked me. So thank you guys.
Oh, you're welcome. So tell us, we know about your background, but our listeners, our 3.2 million followers, I might be exaggerating a little bit. I just assumed that 3.2 million people following.
Let's go.
Can you tell us more about your background and what was life was like before you started the childcare business?
Okay. So for me, life was just the regular. Married. I had 4 kids, a set of twins. And life was just life. I have a background in the medical field. I worked at a hospital. I was working in the lab. And I was just living life. So one day, something had happened where they accused me of drawing the wrong patient. Well, the person that I am, I take pride in everything that I do. So, the typical, what's your name, your date of birth, XYZ. I did that all the time. However, with me, I will put my initials on anything that I touched. They didn't know that, but that was something that I knew. So the findings were that I did not do that. They gave me my unemployment and I had more time to spend with my family. But with that time, I was like, okay, this unemployment is going to end. What can I do for a living? I have 4 kids. most of my income was going to go into for childcare, right? So I was like, well, I have this basement I'm not doing anything with. Let's start a business. 20 some odd years later, I'm still here, but not in my basement. Now I have a multiple stream of income as far as 3 child care centers. At one point in time, I had 5 daycare centers.
Awesome.
5.
So you have really
Yes.
grown.
And I have. I definitely have. I have an amazing team that allows me to do things like this where I can take a break and say, hey, let's go do a podcast with the king and queen of childcare, Brian and Carol Dupre.
I'm the king, in case you guys know. It's just
Yes, yes,
I actually have a
yes.
shirt that has a K of hearts on it.
There you go. There you
She's the
go.
queen of
So
hearts.
yeah.
So tell our
Yeah.
audience about your childcare centers and why they're different from other centers in your area.
Well, I would say this. I wouldn't say they're different, but I just have a different passion. My passion is definitely the community. I just recently had a Daddy Day dance. And what that was is me personally, I feel that we need our families back. And I definitely think, and I know that the kings of the house, they control that community, right? We need our dads. We need our dads to protect us, to provide for us, right? And to be that priest or that whatever kind of religion you have over your house. We don't have that anymore in this community. So guess what? Every year that I can, I will make sure I will love on the fathers the whole month of June, actually the whole 360 days of the year. But I definitely want to love on the dads and let them know, guys, we see you. We see you bringing those kids. We see you working those 2-3 jobs. We see all of that. We need to applaud our men and let them know we see you guys. That's one thing that makes me different from any other daycare that's around me. The other thing is I pour into my staff. We're on billboards. And when I say we, I mean myself and my staff. No other daycare that I know is doing that. I also pour into my staff where we have every year we have a teachers retreat. This year is no different. I have rented a 40 private acre estate so we can have a ball. We're going to barbecue. Actually, matter of fact, today they're barbecuing right now. So we barbecue, we give out food to the community, and it's nothing that someone did for us. We do this on our own as a team.
So we have barbecue to look forward to if we come visit your school. Is that what you're saying?
Barbecue, yes.
I heard that
yes,
part. I heard that part.
Yes. You will be fed. Trust and
Ah,
believe.
that's awesome.
Around
Boy, well,
around COVID, people were still scared. We were giving out free food. And 2 days out of the week, it was like bag lunch. But the other 3 days, it was home cooked meal, chicken and noodles. We had tacos, we had chicken and rice, and we would do that. We did that for about a month.
good for you.
Nice.
Way to help the community out.
Yep.
So you went from a basement to 3 schools, 3 centers. What kind of obstacles did you face? Because some people look at like, oh, that's too risky. I kind of like working in my basement. You really took some risk there. What were some of the obstacles you faced doing so?
Let's be real transparent. I didn't know what I was doing. Only thing I knew is I had the passion for children. Even when I was in my home, I would tell them, I'm not that ABC daycare, but I'm going to love on your babies, right? I could hire those people to teach your children, but as far as me, I wanted to make sure that they went home, they was not hungry, no one touched them. Even the things that they heard was loving. And I think that's how I came up with my name, Our Loving Arms Childcare. First, it was Loving Arms Childcare, but I was like, I'm going to hire people. I wanted it to be Our Loving Arms Childcare. But love, that's the difference. That's the difference.
Sure.
Yes, definitely. You joined our coaching program recently. Why did you join us?
Well, at first when I came to the conference, I was kind of standoffish. I was like, oh, it's gonna be the same stuff and blah 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 blah. But just being honest. But really and truly, what got me was you two. You too. It was the love, and I seen all the other couples, and they were just cheering, Patrice, you gotta come. And next time, bring your husband. You gotta come, bring your husband. Oh, he's coming. So we're going to be in Jamaica. So
Yeah.
listen, prepare yourself, because if you think I'm a fireball, that one right there, he's the one that pushes me. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time in Jamaica. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's because of the couples. I love that you guys make it where it's not just about the business, but it's definitely about family, generating income for not just yourself, for your children, your family. And you guys just branch off in so many other things besides just the daycare business. You make it a family thing.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
We were talking to somebody yesterday, he goes, you coach the whole person and not just the
Yes.
child care part.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes us a little bit different is we see the whole of you, and your relationship is such a huge part of your childcare business. If
Yep.
a marriage is struggling, the childcare is going to struggle. And we've seen
Yes.
childcare centers have to be sold in divorces, and that never works. So if we can keep people together, make them happy, have them working together, boy, that is a good deal all around for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently?
As far as childcare, definitely would get the least is get an accountability partner. Definitely get an accountability partner, but definitely get a coach, a good coach. And I love my coach, Michael. I love him. He's so funny and he's so down to earth. So I would definitely get somebody that can tell you the truth and help you along the way on this journey. Because before I didn't have that. I was just doing, I was, like I said, I had 5 daycares at one point in time. I'm just opening up daycares left and right. Don't know what I'm doing, just opening up daycares. Things was a hot mess. But I definitely would get someone that had my best interest at heart, someone that I can talk to.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And a lot of people say that they'd get a coach earlier if they could do it
Yes.
again. And I opened locations that I had no business opening as well, and I had to close a few and consolidate. So sometimes you don't hit a home run, and if I would have had a coach, I probably would have saved that aggravation, and they would have said, have you done your market research? I'd be like, what's market research?
Right.
Like you don't know what you don't know early on. And I
No.
have clients who put schools in wrong areas and they wonder why they can't get
Yeah.
their center filled. Like if you would have called us first, we could have, helped you out pick the location out. So coaching sometimes people look at it as an expense. I look at it as money saving. Money saved is money earned for sure.
It's definitely investing in yourself.
What would
have
you
to.
say has been the most challenging thing for you as an owner since COVID?
Since COVID, I think it's just getting things back to normal. If we can go back to that, that one of the biggest things I really see as a provider is the children not knowing how to communicate. I see a lot of children having being diagnosed or being on the spectrum. I see a lot of that. Definitely the children is the biggest thing that I see. It's just not being able to communicate and parents not knowing how to communicate.
Yeah, for sure. We see that a lot more since COVID. I don't know what the correlation is. We're seeing a lot more behavior issues,
Yep.
not just from children, it's from the staff too. Their behavior issues are challenging.
Yes.
Everybody going crazy a little
And
bit.
the communication of the younger generation, I think because they had 2 years where they really didn't interact with people. They
They're
don't
socially
have,
awkward.
they're very socially awkward and they have communication issues.
And you wonder why
Yes.
they don't show up at job interview. They're afraid because they're socially awkward. They're afraid to come in and talk to a human person, everything's online for them, and that's out of their comfort zone. That's why we highly recommend doing a Zoom interview first before you bring them in live.
Yes.
Got to break
do.
down that resistance and that social awkwardness, and realize that it was hard for them. They went to high school during this time and they lost all their friends for a while. And I can only imagine. My daughter went through it and my son, so I know. And they're socially awkward because of that situation. So
Yeah.
we have a little empathy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of mental health issues as well. Even before this mental health thing became big, we had a mental health specialist come to our center at least twice a month for the staff, the students, and the parents. And so now it's a little bit more funding out there for that. And so definitely get some kind of mental health professional in your building just to talk to people.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
for sure. Because now, I mean, a good percentage of most people's staff is on some kind of medication for depression, anxiety.
Yep.
We're a very over medicated society now, and so having those resources, I'm sure, is very helpful for you.
Yeah.
So you attended our Child Care Genius Live conference in Las Vegas in April. What'd you get out of the conference?
What I got out of the conference is, oh my goodness, again, how can I put it? The people, I don't know what you call the people that join the organization, but they are so nice. I mean, everyone, you can just go up to people and just talk to them. They're just they're down to earth. They're really down to earth people. What I also got out of the conference is you guys work together as your coaches, as owners, as people that own the daycares. You guys really work well together, like a well-oiled machine, and it's loving. And you guys have fun and silly, and I really liked all of that. I really did. I brought my mama back, so if I brought
I
my mama
know.
back, and she loved it. She was, oh my goodness, Patrice, I like them. I really do like them. So I just like what comes from the heart touches the heart. Just put it that way.
You ain't
And
seen
then
nothing yet, Patrice, till you get to Jamaica.
okay.
It's a whole different level on fun. Trust me on that one.
Yeah. And not only that, having fun, but you also have resources. You have a lot of in-house resources.
Yeah.
And I like that. And they're not scared to share.
Nope,
Right.
we're a good team out there. And then, everybody, it's a rising tide raises all boats. We want everybody to succeed.
Yep.
And it's fun. And thanks for saying so. Carol and I just love that it's our ministry, it's our passion. We help center owners, and we were struggling once for a long time, and we know what it's like, and we've had to close locations. So I know how the struggle that is, and sometimes it feels like failure when I know it's not. It's a learning process, and you learn along the way. And we've made millions, but we've also probably lost millions doing dumb stuff. And we're trying to
Yes.
avoid other people doing those same things.
Yeah.
And we've had marriage problems. We figured that out. We're trying to help people navigate life as best as we know how, as best as the
Okay.
Lord allows us to. So we don't apologize for our faith. We don't apologize for the way we teach. And we just love on people, and that's what we're here to do.
Sounds
If you
good.
had it to do all over again, what would you do differently?
Okay.
I already asked for that.
Oh, you did.
I did. That's a good question, though. She said you would get
It's a-
coaching earlier, so that's my bad.
It's a good question.
Carol's
I did.
fault. I actually put the question on here twice, so it's my fault.
I saw it, but it is something that I would do different. If you guys know or not know, but 2 of my buildings are commercial properties. We paid cash for both of them, paid cashed out. But the first one that we purchased, we had no clue. When I say no clue, we got beat from a contractor. He duped us, a plumber. I would definitely do my research. Like you were saying before, do your research. The building was a great deal, but do your research.
Always do that market research for sure. And again, this is my fault on that question because we have questions. We don't edit these podcasts because we want you to see us genuine. So if we make a mistake, you're going to air it out in front of everybody else. We don't. I say there's no BS with us. What you see is what you get. So if
And
we
we're
make a
human.
little goof, then the goof is out there for the world, and we don't apologize because in life we make mistakes too. So we don't get an edit button in life.
Hey, I had a question. I mean, I had an answer for that question. So we
You
roll with the
did
punches.
amazing. Well, I want to thank you, Patrice, for taking time. What is your website address if somebody wants to check you out?
our website address is www.chicagoheightschildcare.com.
We will, we'll put that in our show notes if people want to check you out. They get his link on there. We want to thank you, Patrice McDonald, in Chicagoland area. Can't wait to see your story.
Chicago. Yes.
And so much for joining, and we can't wait to see you in about 80 something days in beautiful Montego Bay, Jamaica.
All right. We'll be there.
So take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
She's so funny. Little firecracker. She'd be a great salesperson. She's got some
Very good.
really nice people skills,
Yeah.
and really enjoyed talking to her and getting to know her. Can't wait to meet her husband in Jamaica here in 90 days or so when we head to the island. And looking forward to that. It's going to be exciting. If we can help you out in your business. Now, Patrice talked about how we coach her, and all the other guests we have on here that we coach as well. If we can help you, and I'll give you a free coaching call to see where I can help you strategize and maybe get out of the overwhelm and maybe get more profitable. Just go to childcaregenius.com under the coaching tab. So I'd like a free coaching call, and I'll give you a free call. As long as you're a center owner and you've never done a call with me before, I'd be happy to give you a free coaching call as my gift to you and try to help you get to a better place. And thank you again for tuning in. This concludes this episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. Thank you for inviting us into your home and taking a little bit of time out of your busy life to spend some time with us.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Child Care Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.